Tim.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Renee. You've been able to have a lot of continuity in the starting lineup until now, obviously losing probably the two most continuous players Arsenal have in midfield. How did you feel about how Kyra and Mariona did today, and some of the things that maybe went in the decision to drop Mariona a bit deeper to replace Kim?
I think they were world-class today. They are world-class players, both of them. We tried to prep them as best as we could because it's a new partnership. Kyra obviously plays in that role always, but it's new for Mariona. But Mariona is so intelligent as a player that we were very confident she would solve it. There was a couple of details we went through from a defensive perspective that were new for her. For example, what's her role in the low block, but otherwise it was quite straightforward. So but I'm very happy, and I think they worked well together as well. So their collaboration on the pitch was very good, and they played each other to their strengths. So very well done by both of them.
And obviously the first half, really strong performance. Maybe first 20 minutes of the second half, Villa came back into it. They reorganised a little bit. Obviously having to bring Emily off, and I don't know whether that was a tactical decision or a physical decision, but what were some of the things you changed in response to Villa kind of tweaking?
Obviously players coming on, a couple of energy injections, but we did some changes in halftime, and already after 30 minutes in the first half from a defensive formation perspective, which helped. But otherwise it wasn't so much changing things in the second half. It was more about can we play the game in the spaces on the pitch where we want to be, and I think at times we did that after those first 15-20 minutes where we struggled a little bit, even though I wouldn't want to say struggle, because yes, they had a couple of crosses and they had this breakthrough Chastity Grant where Steph blocks the shot, and they have one more blocked shot by Lotte, but that's it. So they don't create much. It's just we are used to having the majority of the possession, and we didn't have that in that period of the game. I think it's 50-50 today shared with Aston Villa. So that's different for us, but I think the ruthlessness that we show today again, and the control we have, even though we have to defend a little bit, I think we do that really well, and we put a lot of value on that as well as a team.
And can I just clarify with Emily Fox whether that was an injury or a tactical decision?
It's both. Obviously, Foxy plays a lot for us. She plays a lot for the US. We felt comfortable in the game as a team, and it was important for us to get Lotte back in the groove as well, give her a decent amount of minutes. So it was a little bit of both. Thank you.
Emily.
Renee, obviously 4 goals is a very nice scoreline, but I wanted to ask how much attention you paid to the sort of goal difference stuff. I know kind of we get to the back end of the season and that's when goal difference becomes important, but do you pay a lot of attention to goal difference, or is it more about how you're scoring goals than how many you are scoring?
Well, we pay a lot of attention to how we act in both boxes. So how do we defend our own box and how do we attack the opposition box? So I think that's where games are being won and lost. So that's what we put focus on. But we don't look at the table with the team and look at positions in the table and goals, goal difference. That's not what we do. That needs to be a result of that. So we try to work on the specifics that we can control. But definitely we've had some more focus on how we defend the box and attack the box. Thank you.
Kids.
Hi Renee. Alessia Russo had a difficult start to the season, at least in terms of scoring goals. She scored 1 in her first 10 or 11 games. In her last 7 or 8 games, has averaged about a goal a game. Can you put your finger on why there's been such an increase in her goal scoring in the past kind of 6 weeks?
I think we defend as a team. That's what we're so good at, and we attack as a team. So obviously it's our forwards most of the time getting at the end of the attacks, but credit to the whole team, the way we create at the moment. For example, in training, we've been working specifically with the forwards. So Kelly Smith is with us, and we spend a little bit more time with the forwards working on their finishing specifically in their roles, and that hopefully is a part of why we are so clinical and ruthless at the moment. I think Kelly puts in great detail. So, but again, it's all on the players, how much effort and how much investment that comes from them. And I think we're in a good place at the moment, and then we need to maintain that Thank you.
Helen?
Yeah, it felt like, well done by the way, it felt like today when Frida went off, it felt like you were then playing, sometimes Russo moves out to the wing and Stina plays, but it felt like you were almost playing with 2 number 9s at one stage. They were sort of like camped out on the edge of the box. So it felt like you were playing with was it sort of a deliberate high press?
The height of the press was the same, at least for the second half. So we wanted to press the same height with Frida as we did with Les and Stina. But in attack, obviously, Les is usually a 9. She comes down as a 10. There's a specific space that we want her to find in the 10 role. And then someone else needs to fill another space. But again, we want to play to the player's strength, so she probably comes a little bit higher, a little bit closer to the 9 position. But I think with all the creativity and all the intelligent players around, we still fill the spaces that we want to fill.
So it felt like they were all sort of chomping at the bit, so even if one came out, like they did for the, I think the Beth Mead goal came off the post and went out, everybody was there for the second ball, whereas maybe earlier in the season, those weren't going in or somebody wasn't there. It feels like there's a lot more confidence maybe?
Yeah, exactly what it is. Like, again, I think at the start of season we were really good as well. We outperformed our opponent on almost everything. It just we didn't score as many goals. And what exactly it is, yes, we, like I said, we work on a lot of specific stuff in both boxes. But I can't say exactly one thing. I think it's a cocktail of things together that are working at the moment.
Arthur at the back.
Hi Renee, you're up into 3rd in the table now after today's win. I'm wondering, do you think you can catch City and Chelsea this season?
Yeah, I think so. We have to believe that, but obviously we're happy that we're in the top 3 at the moment. But we won't settle for a 3rd place, of course. So we try and go for more, and that's same in the Champions League group. We want to go for the 1st place there as well. So we're not settling. We're not happy yet, but obviously a good step.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel?
Congratulations again. I think it's now unbeaten in 8 under your tenure. I'm not going to ask you about your future again, but just how much fun are you having right now? Leading this team, and what have you maybe learned about yourself and your ability over the course of the last 8 games?
I'm enjoying it, so I'm having fun. It's also very hard work, so sometimes you forget to enjoy it as well. Because there's so many things that need to be done from a planning and preparation and reviewing perspective. So you're working most of the time, but like times like match days and then these results and seeing the fans at the Emirates and being able to play for so many fans, that's moments where you really feel the enjoyment and are happy about what you're doing. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
And congratulations on the win. It's 24 goals in 8 games now that you've been in charge. And these aren't just wins, these are statement wins. Are you looking to make a statement?
Sorry?
Are you looking to make a statement? Is there a message that you're conveying with these performances? These are very convincing victories.
Yeah, no, I'm not thinking about me making statements. We're just trying to help the team perform and get the results we need. And at the moment, that's working really well. So I'm happy, especially with the clean sheets, how the whole team is invested in defending together. I think there's things we talk about and what separates us from the rest. Yeah, that's one thing, for example. So I'm very happy with that. So it's all about the team. Thank you.
We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.